The Primarchs met alone in a stateroom. The Savage King's escorts were not happy at being separated from their lord, and it had taken some time to accomplish. In the end, the king had half cajoled and half jested his men away. The production of a large vat of beer dragged out of the ship's stores had helped. The new Primarch seemed less primitive without his clansmen. His clothes were the same, of course, and although his men were away from his side, his wolves were not. But his bearing was different now that he was unobserved by his warriors, so much so that his garb suddenly seemed like an elaborate costume for a masquerade. He was standing, facing the door, when Horus arrived. Ice blue eyes locked with brown. Horus stood in the doorway a fraction of a second too long to convey complete confidence. He looked at the Wolf King, and the Wolf King looked at him. Horus's brother broke the impasse.
So you are first, eh?
The Lord of Fenris had a guttural accent that invested his Gothic with ridiculous snarls and growls, like a beast attempting speech.
Our father?
He said the words questioningly, as if he was new to the concept.
Our father, he told me about you and all the rest of mine kin. He said we will be friending. What again was your name?
He smiled. He obviously knew the answer. Such an obvious probe annoyed Horus. Horus put aside his petty feelings. There was more to this man than met the eye. He would be an asset to the Great Crusade if he could be properly tamed. Horus made himself see it and accept it.
I'm Horus, Primarch of the 16th Legion, the Lunar Wolves. Who are you?
You are Wolf?
Said the warrior, lips peeled back from sharp teeth.
We are both Wolf.
Russ slapped his chest as if the title were noteworthy.
I am named Leman, King of the Russ. But I am more than this, think I. I've always known I'm not a Fenris.
No,
said Horus.
Yeah, sorry,
said the warrior king.
I learned your language only 5 days ago.
Horus raised an eyebrow at that. It was an impressive feat.
You know of the Crusade?
Said Horus. The room had been set out for a meeting of minds. There were comfortable chairs in the room made for a Primarch's stature, yet they both remained standing.
I do know of this war. The Emperor?
He said, again slightly questioningly.
He has told me what I am and what I'm made for.
Do you agree with his aims?
Said Horus.
An empire in the stars? Who could not agree with that?
Said Leman of the Russ.
If I did not, I would come along for adventure. None of the Russ make murder in the upland.
Russ held a cup he did not drink from, lightly gripping the rim with his giant's fingers.
But I have no choice. It is written in my Verd.
Horus's face expressed an unspoken question. Russ searched for an appropriate translation.
My fate, though it is more than that.
We do not believe in fate.
This is the imperial truth. The Emperor also says to me on our trip here, an interesting idea.
He said, as if he had evaluated and rejected the concept.
The imperial truth.
He repeated, changing the emphasis, as if trying out which way suited him best.
You do not believe it?
Said Horus. Leman of the Russ shrugged.
When gods come from the sky and tell you there are no gods, it takes little time to see what is true and what is not.
And what do you think is true?
I think a believer who ceases to believe when the truth of his world confirms those beliefs is a fool.
He said simply.
It doesn't matter what gods say. We don't pay much attention to them. They're as drunk and stupid as we are.
He grinned. The warrior knew exactly what Horus thought of him.
Do not underestimate him.
The Emperor's words came back to Lupercal.
That will change,
said Horus.
You will see that the imperial truth is correct. The Emperor is a man, a great man, but he is a man. He is not a god.
Russ shrugged again, and then he drained his cup.
My people already call him the Allfather. They believe him the king of our gods. My warriors out there believe they are in the oversea, in Opland.
Where?
The afterlife.
Said Russ with a feral glee, daring Horus to guess whether he believed this himself or not.
There is no afterlife.
Said Horus.
This place is as real as your world. I am glad to meet you, Leman, king of the Russ. We shall grow to be great comrades, I am sure.
He held out his hand. Russ grinned more widely. The meeting amused him. That annoyed Horus. He wanted this backwoods chieftain to show him more respect, but Horus had always hidden his feelings well. Russ grasped his hand hard. There was amazing strength in the grip.
We shall be brothers,
said the Wolf King.
I am sure you have much to discuss with our father. I shall see you soon.
Horus dipped his head and was about to walk through the door when the Savage King called out.
Nay, Horus of the Lunar Wolves. On my world, it is common for brothers to fight. Do you think, my brother, that we might fight?
I will spar with you, if that is what you wish.
No, fight!
Said the King of the Russ. He mimed a bizarre restless crouch, his hands clawed and teeth bared.
Who would win, eh?
We are brothers. We will not fight.
Ah, go on,
said Russ.
Think about it.
His bluff manner was already trying Horus's patience so soon into their relationship.
If we fought, who would win, eh?
Horus smiled coldly at his foundling brother.
I would.
Leman of the Russ smiled and nodded thoughtfully.
Perhaps you would,
he said.
Perhaps one day we shall see.